Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And I'm back here. I took a little vacation here for Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I spent most of it sick, though, which sucks, man. I got the flu. Still not completely over it. All right, but I'm a lot better than I was last week, that's for sure. But okay, so what I want to talk about in this video here is I've been trying to think a lot about what's the next movie I'm going to review. Okay, just for the record here, okay, I pick these movies at random. Okay, it's like there's a movie that's in the zeitgeist or in my memory somewhere, and I just remember it being a chick flick. I don't know if it was successful or not. I try to review the ones that are very well known. Okay, the ones that were very successful. Okay, because those are the ones that have the most cultural impact. Okay, they leave a stamp. Okay, that's felt for decades. Okay, I mean, even to this day, women still tell me about Pretty Woman and The Notebook and Sleepless in Seattle and just crap like that. So I understand the importance of it. All right, the significance that it had in the culture. Okay, for women, not for men, not for straight men at least. All right, but for women. Okay, and so I kind of like to poke some holes at that. All right, just so I can give you a straight man's point of view, because that's the point of view you're not going to get anywhere. Nobody's going to tell you the truth. Or really, I mean, I got nothing to gain. Okay, by lying to you. Okay, I'm not monetized. I mean, I do this for fun. Okay, I do this for fun. Okay, I'm not trying to be that big or anything. But if you're looking for a different opinion, I'm the guy to go to. Okay, because I'm going to tell you what your boyfriend ain't going to tell you, what your husband ain't going to tell you, what your son ain't going to tell you, your dad ain't going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Okay, because I think we need a little bit of realism here. Okay, a lot of these chick flicks that I've noticed, okay, they spout out this message of love and romance and longing, especially longing. Okay, but they leave out the believability of it. Okay, these characters aren't real characters. Okay, at least the men aren't. Okay, and this is propagated not just through the movies, it's through the TV shows, all those streaming shows that are out there. I mean, it's a fake reality. Okay. Now, I get it. It's supposed to be a fake reality, okay? But it's got to have some sort of truth to it in order for you to really immerse yourself into it, okay? To take it seriously, okay? The best chick flicks, the best movies in general, you take them seriously, okay? And these shows, these movies are trying to do that, okay? They're trying to take it seriously, but once you take it seriously, it all falls apart. It's just not realistic, okay? Now, if you've been following my channel, you know that I've reviewed every episode of Sex and the City, every single one, okay? So I know a lot about that show, all right? I even watched it back in the day when it first came out. That's how old I am, okay? But, I understand the show is entertaining, which is what it's supposed to do, okay? But it wasn't very believable as far as the men. There were no men on that show. No wonder the women loved it so much. The men weren't real. There weren't men like that were for real. Every once in a while, you would get a real character. A real guy acting like a guy. Every once in a while, not every episode was fake men, okay, but most of them were. It just wasn't believable. The whole idea of Carrie is supposed to be the average one, and because makes the least amount of money, she has a normal blue collar job. I mean, she's a reporter, a writer, but she has troubles paying her rent. She got rats in her apartment. She spends all her money on shoes and clothes, right? So she's supposed to be the relatable one. Okay, the average girl. Okay, yeah, but the only people that date her are fucking millionaires. Are you out of your mind? We're talking about like a 37, 38-year-old Sarah Jessica Parker. Okay, and only good-looking, ripped abs, tall, rich, great in bed. Okay, guys want to date her. Are you out of your fucking mind? Those are the only guys that she goes out with. Are you crazy? Because those are the only guys that hit on her. Are you out of your fucking mind? That's not believable. And then you've got butt ugly Samantha. Great personality, but sorry, but when you're a guy, personality doesn't make up for looks. Okay? You can be the most funniest woman in the whole world and have me fucking on the floor holding my sides laughing. Okay? But ugly's still ugly. Okay, that's the difference between men and women. I wish women would really understand that, especially the gay guys and the women that write these TV shows and stuff and these movies. Because what they do is they take their idea of what a guy is, and they put that in there instead of figuring out what a guy really is and putting that in there. Because then you would have, more of a two-way street here, more of a back and forth. And you can't have that on these chick flicks. You can't have that in these rom-coms, okay? Because that ruins the illusion that the women are in charge, that the woman is the prize on top of the mountain and the men are all climbing to get up to her. You see what I mean? And that's just not realistic, okay? It propagates this idea that women, okay, that the average woman is one in a million. Hence, she's valuable. But the truth is that the average woman is one of a million. And she ain't that valuable. Okay? Now, if you find that offensive, tough shit, welcome to being a guy. There's your first lesson right there about being a man. There's your first lesson right there. Okay, if you're upset at what I just said. Okay? Men, we grew up, knowing that we're not shit. Unless you're like your mom was Princess Di or something, or Jack Kennedy or something like that. Okay, or your dad is fucking, the president, the fucking Alzheimer's president of the United States. Okay, unless you're something like that. Okay, you're born worthless. If you're a boy, you were born worthless. You have to do something with your life in order to earn respect, in order to earn women's approval. Okay, you have to do something. Most of us aren't born looking like a fucking male model. Okay, most of us are not born rich and wealthy with all the connections. Most of us are not born with incredible personalities where we're just friendly and so social and everybody knows us, the personality of like a Truman Capote or something. Most of us don't have that. We don't. Okay, so if we do get those things, we have to work at it. We have to work towards those things. You see what I mean? That makes us more valuable. So we know that going in. Just being alive is not enough, to make us the object of every woman's desire. We actually have to do something. Because most of us are not born, we're not fucking, Jane Fonda's son. Okay, we're not, someone like that. Okay, we're not born into it, okay? We're not Jeff Bezos' son. You see what I mean? You see what I'm talking about? Okay, most of us don't have that. Okay, so we actually have to do something with our lives to get women to like us. Okay, most men know, it's like an unwritten rule, but it's pretty well known amongst all men, okay, that, we know we're not shit. We don't think that we are, okay? The only time we start thinking that we're better than we really are is when we start actually doing things, okay? Or you could just be, a narcissist, whatever, conceited guy, okay? There are guys that are deluded that think that just being alive means they're all that. There are guys like that out there. Of course there are. Just like there's women like that out there, okay? But there's no movies or TV shows or any sort of culture that propagates that it's a good thing for men to delude themselves into thinking that they're better than they really are. Okay, there is no big wave of messaging in commercials, in advertisements, in movies, in television shows, okay, that propagate that idea that you being alive is enough. Okay, there's not. There's not. Okay, but there is when it comes to women. When it comes to women is you're automatically born a boss bitch. And if a man can't see that, he's not worth your time. Okay, that's what's being propagated. I'm not saying that most women believe that. In fact, I would say most women don't believe that. Okay, most women, I think, are like I just said. They realize they got to do something. Okay, if you want all the guys, to hit on you, then you better lose some fucking weight. I understand that. Okay, that most women. Okay, but what I'm saying is they don't have this huge support system. Okay, this whole thing of body positive shit. Where are all the body positive male models? You see what I mean? They don't fucking exist. You see, this is the delusion, and it's propagated by these movies and by these TV shows, okay? Which gives you this false sense of reality, this false sense of security. Okay, well, if Lizzo can have any man she wants, no, Lizzo ain't gonna live to be fucking 45, and unless she does something about her weight, okay? She's got some serious diabetes coming her way, okay? Forget all that body positive crap. Okay, it's not real. It's a cope. It's a cope. Okay? And what makes me upset is whenever I watch something that's not even a chick flick, it's like a guy movie or something. And this shit gets put in there. Okay? How women are beautiful at any size. No, they're not. Okay? That men are all idiots. That we're all stupid, okay, or white men are all racists, okay, or we owe something. Behind every strong man is a strong woman. Bull fucking shit. That's not true. It's never been true. Okay? Okay? No, you know why? Because if the man was weak, there would be no woman behind him. Okay? And that's the truth. Okay? The man already had to be strong in order to get the strong woman to be behind him. Okay? Do you really think Melania Trump earned her spot? Okay, as Donald Trump's wife, do you really think she earned it? Okay, no, she didn't. Okay, which one is the successful politician? Okay, you see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, women stand. We know, men know this. Okay, women they wait at the finish line, and they get with the guy that wins the race. Okay, because the things that turn a woman on are not the same things that turn a man on. And I wish, guys, if you watch my videos, I hope you really understand that, okay? And it bothers me so much when I watch a TV show and a movie that does it the opposite. The things that are attractive to a man are not the same things that are attractive to a woman, okay? But yet these chick shows make you think that they are. For example, you'll get a chick movie where a girl, she's average looking and all that, okay? But the guy doesn't like her. The hot guy doesn't like her. So she has to, go to school, go to college and get her degree at Harvard and become a lawyer, okay? And become a successful lawyer with a whole team of, legal interns that will do anything she says because she earned it. We watched her earn it throughout the entire movie. And then at the very end, now the guy's also attracted to her now. Like, oh my God. And now she blows him off. Okay, that's bullshit. That's what women are attracted to. It's not what men are. Yes, I just described Legally Blonde, okay, because I reviewed that movie recently, okay? But that's what women are attracted to, okay? That's not what men are attracted to. We don't give a shit what your job is. Are you nice to us? Do you look good? And are you not a fucking whore? Okay? Those are the things we care about. But you're not going to see a woman strapped to those things, are you? In any movie, okay? Because that's not empowering. No, it is empowering. If they would just make movies like that, oh my fucking God. Not only would the guys watch it too, but you ladies, you would see just how much men would just want to be with you so bad. A hot girl, you know what men think about super attractive women? They're stuck-up bitches. That's what we think. That's why we don't talk to them. I do, but most guys don't talk to them. Okay? They don't. Because they automatically know I'm not good enough for her, so why bother? And that message is propagated by shit like Sex and the City. You got these ugly fucking women that are acting like they're 10s when they're not. They're more like fucking 3s and 4s on a good day. You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, okay? If they were to do a movie where women actually had to earn their shit, okay, as far as relationships, because realistically, no guy's gonna give a shit if you become a partner at your law firm, okay? You know why? Because we grow up knowing that it's our job to support the woman, okay? It's our job to take care of the wife, okay? That's already ingrained into us, okay? So, the whole idea that, you would need to be a partner in a law firm to support your family is shit. If you're a single mom, I get it, but, that's not something that you should aspire to be. And these movies tell you that it is. It's heroic to be a single mom. No, it's not. It's pathetic. Okay? It's always been pathetic. Just because the movies for the past 30, 40 years have been telling you it's a good thing. It's actually better than having two parents. That way your child is not, infected by male toxicity, okay? And no, it's not, okay? There's things that a girl and a boy can only learn from a dad, okay? And that you're depriving your child of that, so it's not a good thing, okay? But you would never know that if you don't watch chick flicks, okay? Or how's this for an example? How about a guy actually, like what I just did? I just criticized single motherhood, right? Imagine a movie, a chick flick, or any flick for that, a guy flick, where he criticizes that instead of just not caring and automatically fall in love with her anyway. It's not even a question. It's not even a consideration. Now me personally, okay, and I'm far from the only one, okay? I think most guys are like this, okay? a single mom for us to date, we know obviously there's baggage, and not all of us are willing to take on that baggage. Fuck how much the girl looks, how the girl looks, okay? Fuck, it doesn't matter what she looks like, all right? We'll fuck her, but like when we get serious with a woman like this, most of us wouldn't, okay? Some of us would if like we had kids ourselves, or if, you know, if we knew we couldn't do better, then we would take a single mom. And I mean take her. I mean, put a ring on it, pay for their kids' college, you know, buy a house for the whole family, okay? You know, yeah, we would do that if we felt we couldn't get better, okay? And that's the dating pool realistically, that's the dating pool for single moms, okay? I know it sucks for me to say that, okay, but it's true. But I'm saying this because you're not gonna see this in a fucking movie. But it's still true, okay? When they make rom-coms for guys, what is, oh, you gotta be a gentleman, you gotta open the door for her, you know, and then she'll fall in love with you. Bull fucking shit. Okay, we already know that's bullshit. That's not how to make those movies anymore. Okay, because everyone knows that's bullshit. Even women don't even believe that shit. Okay? Okay, but I'm telling you, this is the truth. Okay? But these movies aren't going to get made in Hollywood because they don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know how men really think. Okay? Now, you can call me a judgmental, arrogant prick, you know, shallow, all you fucking want, and I don't care. Okay? I don't care because you need to know the truth. Okay? You can't live your life thinking something about men that's not true. Okay? All right? Men, yes, we're shallow just like you are, just like women are. Okay? We're both shallow. Not all of us, thank God. And there's plenty of people I know that are not shallow at all, men and women. Okay? But if you spend all your time watching these movies and thinking that's reality, okay, you're going to end up a very shallow person. Okay? Now, I'm old enough to have been around before the internet. Okay, there was no such thing as internet when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager even, you know? That stuff came later. Okay, but now with all the Instagram, okay, and these TikTok and all that kind of stuff, I mean, it's just like, damn, I mean, the message that's being spouted is you got to look like this in order to be happy, you know? And it's just, you know, there's a lot more to it than that, okay? You know, those of us that are my age, we had to do it the hard way. Okay, there were no swiping rights or swiping lefts. Okay, we didn't have that stuff. Okay, we actually had to meet the person. Okay, we had to hear their voice. You know, we had to know what they smelt like, how tall they were, because we stood right in front of them. You know, that kind of thing. Okay, and then we decided whether or not, you know, we would swipe left or right. You see what I mean? We actually had to do that in real life. Okay, which doesn't happen anymore. Okay. So, you know, I'm from a different generation, okay? But there's a reason it worked that way for so long. You see what I mean? Okay? And the movies don't really propagate that. They don't really tell you about that there's other ways to look at life. There's other ways to look at relationships. There's other ways to look at your belief systems, okay? There's good men and there's bad women, okay? There's also, you know, bad men, there's good women, okay? I'm not saying that men are better than women. We're not. And I'm not saying that men can live without women. We cannot. But I'm also saying is you can't either, okay? And that's pretty damn realistic, okay? And, you know, feminists control Hollywood. You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that women need men. You're not allowed to say that. Even though most women know that's true, you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to make movies embracing that ideology or nurturing that ideology or propagating that ideology. You see what I mean? You're not allowed to do that, okay? And it's been that way for a long time. Okay, I mean the second wave feminism started like in the late '60s. Okay, so since then, you know, a lot of these movies, you know, with their avatars, their Jane Fondas and their Diane Keatons, okay, Mary Tyler Moore, okay, and all these women that just, you know, showed up as feminists, Cher and all that. They just showed up as these feminists, you know, and made a lot of money with that, you know, spouting that dialogue, that rhetoric. Okay, that women can do it all on their own without a man. Okay, men are just fuck buddies. That they're not important. You know what I mean? Madonna, all these people, they propagated that ideology, and they used that rhetoric. Okay, Hollywood just soaked it up. Okay, but what I'm telling you is it's not real. It's just not real. It's a false message. Okay, look at these women now. I mean, Cher. I mean, do you really think Cher's happy? Look at her face. Yeah, I know she's fucking like a 29-year-old black dude. Okay, that's her boyfriend. I know. Okay, but be honest, ladies, do you really think he gives a shit about Cher? No, he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't. All right, same thing with Madonna. Look at Madonna now. Look at her now. Okay, yeah, I know she's dating like a 33-year-old black guy. Okay, do you really think he gives a shit about her? No, he gives a shit about her money, her sugar mama, the sugar mama money he gets from her. Same thing with Cher's boyfriend. Okay, do you really want to end up like that, ladies? Okay, do you really want to end up like that? Okay, I mean, do you? You got to remember, okay, women are raised to understand the importance of what they look like. You see what I mean? Okay, that's their currency. This is their looks. Okay, men, we're not raised to believe that. Okay, our currency is what we do. You know, what do we create? How do we affect society? You know, so someone like, say, for example, like you know, Hugh Hefner. Okay, was surrounded by beautiful young women. So if you want to get the argument, oh, look at Hugh Hefner, he fucked a lot of young girls, and he was an old man. So if he can do it, Cher and Madonna can do it too. Well, there's a difference, okay? The difference is that Hugh Hefner grew up, he was dependent on his looks growing up, okay? In fact, Hugh Hefner was not very much of a ladies' man in his youth, okay? He grew up very conservative, okay? He fought in the war in Korea, and he was married actually with kids when he started Playboy, and he basically got a loan, okay? Everything that he had, he put it into this Playboy magazine, okay? And once that became successful, then the women started showing up. You see, then all of a sudden, you know, once the magazine took off, all of a sudden these hot women wanted to be in that magazine because they knew the effect that magazine had on men. Okay, I mean, who was the first one? It was Marilyn Monroe. I mean, look, that launched her career. Marilyn Monroe, who in the 50s was the biggest sex icon in Hollywood. Okay, so once that happened, okay, his status raised, and now women found him attractive because that's what women are attracted to. They're attracted to status. Okay, wealth, social, society status, all those things. That's what they're attracted to. You know, men, we don't give a shit about that stuff when it comes to a woman. We don't. We don't give a shit about that stuff. You see what I mean? That's the difference. Okay? And so that's why the women want to be with him. And he kept that. He stayed the owner of Playboy until he died. Okay? He was famous for his parties at his mansions and stuff. You know, so like that's what women found attractive. It wasn't about his looks. Okay? They didn't care. Okay? They wanted access to his lifestyle. And they eagerly gave up their bodies to have access to that lifestyle. Okay? And that's what I'm talking about. Okay? That's what women found attractive. Okay? Men were different. You know? Fuck, if I was 23 and I was fucking Cher, do you think I'd be doing it because I really, really want to hang out at her fucking gay parties? No. Is it because I'm sexually attracted to her? She's like what, like 82 years old or something, or 70, 78 years old, something like that. Or is that why? No. Okay, I'd be doing it because she's fucking paying my bills. And because as long as she brings me to her parties, okay, the paparazzi, the media, they're gonna know who I am. And they're gonna remember me. And what do you call it? Casting agents are gonna remember me. Okay? You see what I mean? My profile just increased. So now there's more eyes on me. And if I'm a 23-year-old guy, fucking, I'm probably a male model or a musician, you know, like August Ames type, you know, or an actor, okay. And dating Cher is gonna improve my Q score, okay, which is what people look for when they're casting movies and stuff. Who's popular right now? We got to get that person in the movie. You see what I mean? That's how it works. Okay, people are using everybody. All right. So that would be the reason I'd be dating Cher. It's not because I give a shit about her. It's only what she can do for me. And that's the truth. Okay. Okay. So not every guy's gonna do that. In fact, a lot of guys that do that are gay. You know, when you think about like the man that married Zsa Zsa Gabor, okay, he was gay. Okay, he did that to get her money. Okay, same thing with Martha Ray. The guy that married Martha Ray, he was gay. He married her to get her money. You know, there's a lot of that. A lot of that. Some of you remember I Love Lucy. Okay. Vivian Vance, okay, who played Ethel in I Love Lucy, same thing. Okay, her husband was gay. Why did she marry him? He wanted her money. The residual she got from I Love Lucy. Okay, so like this is, it's very common. Okay, and I would not be surprised if Madonna and Cher's boyfriends are really gay. Okay, okay, especially in the circles that they hang out with. All right. So yeah, so like I said, it's different. It's different. Anyway, so yeah, so these are some of the things that I think about when I review these movies. And right now, I'm trying to think about what movie should I review next. Okay, I'm kind of torn. Okay, there's this older movie I was thinking about reviewing called what the hell is it? It's an older movie. It came out in the 80s. I'm an old guy. Okay, I wasn't even an adult when it came out. But it's not Fried Green Tomatoes. It was Mystic Pizza. That might have been it. Or it could be Terms of Endearment. That might be it. Yeah, that might be it. Terms of Endearment. But I know you'd have to be an old lady to know these movies, right? And no one ever watched them when they came out. That's why I couldn't remember them, because I never watched them. All right. Or I was thinking that maybe I could do something a little bit more recent. Okay. Like recently I saw Wicked. Yes, I actually paid money to go see Wicked. All right. So I think the next movie I'm going to review is going to be Wicked. Okay. I know it's in the theaters right now. Okay. And the reason I want to review it is because I actually read the book. No, I'm not gay. I read the book many years ago. Okay, my friends at work, if you've been watching my channel, you remember that I used to work at this restaurant in downtown Chicago, okay, when I was doing acting and going to auditions and stuff, right? And a lot of the people that I worked with were also actors, singers, comedians, all that kind of stuff, models and stuff. And a lot of the women that I worked with, the same ones that, used to watch Sex and the City and tell me about it, okay, those women, they had read Wicked. Okay, and it was a new Broadway show because where we worked was right around the corner from the Chicago theater, so our theater just was right next to us in downtown Chicago. Okay, and they were playing Wicked there at the Randolph. Okay, the theater on Randolph right there. So I never actually saw the Broadway show, but they did turn me on to the idea of Wizard of Oz. Well, I loved that movie when I was a kid. So yeah, why not? Now, so I got the audiobook, and I was drawing comic books back then. I was working on my comic book. All right. And when you're drawing, I like to listen to something when I'm drawing. Okay. Because I'm in front of that artist board for 10 hours, 12 hours, drawing, working on my comic book. And so I need something on to listen to or something on the TV. Okay. That I won't have to look at, but I could hear it and understand it. Okay. And so I got an audiobook. I got Wicked. And so I listened to the whole damn thing. And I was actually impressed by it. It was actually pretty good. The whole idea of Elphaba. Oh, yeah, that was her name, Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. They gave her a name, Elphaba. Get it? L. Frank Baum, Elphaba. Okay? Yeah, and that she was actually a good guy. Now, obviously, it's an audiobook, so there was no singing and dancing in there, none of that shit. Okay, like there is in the movie. Okay? But the Broadway show changed a lot of it. The Broadway show actually turned it into something that was gay. Okay, because a lot of Broadway is gay. I've done theater. I know. I've told you this before. Okay, the higher percentage of gay people do musical theater. Okay, than not gay people. All right, I was one of the few guys that actually did musical theater and I was not gay. All right, there's a higher percentage. All right, of gay people, men and women, yeah, that do theater. Okay, anyone who's ever done theater knows this. Okay, I'm not making this up. This isn't fucking. I'm not being homophobic or nothing. It's true. Okay. The Broadway show, they just gayed it up a lot. They had to condense the novel into something smaller that could last like an hour and a half or whatever, however long the musical is. Okay, and so yeah, and so they added more songs and stuff, and they made it more like queer friendly and shit. Although the book Wicked wasn't necessarily queer friendly, and it wasn't queer friendly either. It was neither. Okay, it wasn't even about that. Okay, it was just about this girl, this Elphaba, okay, and how she was she was misrepresented in The Wizard of Oz. She was actually a good person, but she was labeled as wicked, even though she really wasn't wicked. Okay, she was born green skin, and sharp teeth, and so people just assumed that she was a monster, a bad person, but she's really not. Okay, that kind of thing. Glinda's in there and all that kind of stuff. So I enjoyed it. It was a different take on the Wizard of Oz, and I listened to the whole thing. Okay, this movie is only part one, the first half. Okay, I listened to everything. Okay. And I enjoyed it. I thought the book was good. I never got around to watching the music, the Broadway show. Not because I couldn't. I mean, I lived in Chicago. They were playing it right down the street. Okay, but because I didn't watch it because I'm not fucking gay, and I didn't really want to. Okay, I knew whatever. I knew the musical wouldn't be as good as the book, but the musical has a big fan base. Okay, a lot of gay guys like it. A lot of women like it. Okay, and it's there to the misunderstood villain. Okay, who's not really evil. Okay, and Wicked was the first one that did that. Okay, and then the Hollywood just kept doing it. Okay, another one I could think about was Maleficent. There's another one, Maleficent. You ever seen the movie Angelina Jolie? The first one. I never saw the second one. The first one. Okay, exactly. Okay, guess what? Maleficent wasn't evil after all. She only acted that way because of some man. Okay, and when she, cursed the little girl to die, she tried to take it back. It's okay. No, I saw the old Sleeping Beauty cartoon when I was a little boy. Okay, my mom took us to the theater to go see it when they re-released it. Okay, no, Maleficent was evil. She was just friggin' evil. Okay, and that movie was fucking horrendous. Okay, but the point is that they try to make the villain misunderstood. So Maleficent wasn't really evil. She was, they did the whole like she was sexually assaulted. Okay, the metaphor was that the king cut off her wings. We know what it really meant. Okay, and all that, and that she actually loved the little girl. She was actually more nurturing and loving than the fairies that were raising her. And all this crap, just crap. Okay, I didn't buy it for a second. Okay, but yeah, Maleficent was inspired by Wicked because the success of Wicked. Now Disney just we got to do this to all the bad guys now, and then that's also how you got fucking Cruella de Vil. Cruella, yeah, that's how you got that movie. Okay, same thing. Okay, what's her name? Fucking why can't I think of her name now? Emma Stone. Okay, yeah, Cruella. Okay, same thing. She wasn't evil, She wasn't like addicted to killing puppies or anything like that, or stealing dog. No, she was misunderstood. Because you never saw her side of the story. You see what I mean? This is crap. Okay, but that's what they do. Make the villains sympathetic. Quit loving the fucking villains. Okay, we need good guys and we need villains. Quit making excuses for the villains. Okay, but yeah, but that kind of stuff happened because of Wicked. Okay, same thing with Loki in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Loki was a bad guy in Thor. Okay, he was a bad guy in the Avengers, and now he's like some good guy, like in a time stream. That's stupid. This is stupid. Okay, I hate it when they do that. Just keep the bad guys a bad guy. If it's an effective bad guy, there's nothing wrong with it. Don't try to fix something that ain't broken. Okay, but Wicked started, so I understand the cultural impact that it had. Okay, like I said, and I read the book. Okay, and the whole idea of turning the villain is really a hero that was misunderstood. No. Like I said, the Wicked book I found it entertaining to hear a different point of view, but there were some contradictions with the Wizard of Oz. Okay, like Elphaba never tells Dorothy, "I'm going to kill you, my pretty, and your little dog too," or any of that stuff. She doesn't throw fireballs at her like she did in the movie, that kind of thing, But she did try to kill Dorothy, okay, in the book, all right? But she did for good reasons. Dorothy killed her sister and she wanted the shoes back, all right? The ruby slippers, okay, that were not ruby in the book. But anyway, so the point is that I think I'm going to go with Wicked because it's popular right now. Okay, it's not going to break even. They spend way too much money on this movie. Okay, it needs to make like $900 million just to break even. I think it's at almost $400 million right now after its second weekend. So it's not going to make more. Okay, because remember they spent money to make both movies. Okay, part 1 and part 2. Okay, so like the part 2 is coming out, regardless of whether this movie flops or not. Part 2 is still going to come out. Okay, and I thought the movie was okay. I'll go into detail when I review it. But I thought it was okay. It wasn't terrible. I mean, I saw Gladiator 2. That came out the same day. and that movie sucked. Okay, which is terrible because the original Gladiator was a classic. I loved that. I watched that movie. I must have went to the theater like 5 times to see Gladiator the first time it came out. Okay, I was in the Marines and I was like all gung ho, about the Russell Crowe was fucking awesome as hell in that movie. I love that movie, and this one was just a repeat of that movie, but with worse acting. Denzel Washington. Oh my God, he was horrible in that. Okay, his death scene, he looks like he farted. Yeah, his death scene, he looks like he farted. Okay, and it was just, it's just like this guy is no Russell Crowe. Okay, the guy that played the Gladiator, he's not Russell Crowe. Okay, and it was just, the plot was stupid. It was just a rehash. It was a remake of the first one. Okay, it's all it was. It's like The Force Awakens was in Star Wars. What was that? It was a rehash of A New Hope. Okay, it was just a remake of A New Hope. And that's what Gladiator 2 was, just a remake of the first one. Okay, it's the exact same beats. Same types of characters played by different actors is basically what it was. All right. And I thought that Wicked would be just this woke fest thing, and it is woke as fuck. I mean, everyone in the movie is fucking gay. Just like Mamma Mia that I reviewed recently. Everyone in that movie was gay. Well, same thing with Wicked. Everyone in that movie is gay. Even the straight people are gay. All right. But I knew that going in. All right. But at least they weren't. It was about something else. Okay, it wasn't about that. That was just and it's in the foreground, but it's not the point of the movie. It's how gay everyone is. The point of the movie is how this girl's being mistreated. Okay, she's an outsider. Okay, now she's trying to make friends and all that kind of thing, or people trying to get to understand her. As the characters trying to understand Elphaba, we're trying to understand Elphaba. Okay, what makes her tick? Why does she act the way that she is? And I think the actress that played Elphaba did a pretty good job. Cynthia Erivo, I think she did a pretty good job. I know she's a piece of shit in real life, but I think she did a good job in this movie. Okay, so I think it's worth me reviewing. Okay, so that's the next movie I'm going to do. Is going to be Wicked. All right, I've decided now. It's going to be Wicked. All right, and you're going to get a straight man's point of view. That's a point of view you never got. Okay, you're going to get a straight man's point of view. All right. Okay, I'm going to sign off for now, but I'll be back soon, and we'll start talking about Wicked. Okay. All right. Take care. Bye.